ready for Shavasana, laying down. Allow your eyes to stay open or closed as you lay here, connecting to your breath. Settling down deeper as you prepare for this restorative 30 minutes of gentle asana. Deeply inhale and exhale. Make sure to connect to your breath and inhale your arms up and overhead, reaching long, feeling a nice gentle stretch. Soften the arms down and breathe. Beginning to bend the knees, cross your right ankle up and over your left knee, and then gently tick-tock your legs side to side, always staying connected with your breath, going as deep to either side as feels comfortable for you to do. Then letting the right leg stay crossed over the left leg, drop them over to a reclined twist, looking off to the right hand as arms extend out to a T, and breathe. Deep and slow. Soften the jaw, soften the forehead. Feel your breath in the twist. Gently begin to lift the legs up, hugging the right knee into the chest, and then lengthening your left leg long on the ground, swaying the right knee back and forth to loosen the thigh in the hip socket. Deeply inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Grabbing the big toe with the peace fingers of your right hand, begin to extend the right leg as long as you can, and then gently bending, opening and closing your leg, finding greater depth with each extension. Inhale, length. Exhale, down. And then guide the nose up to the knee, hamstring stretch. Begin to lower the leg down, moving on to the other side. The left ankle crosses over the knee, swaying the legs back and forth. Stay soft through the upper back as you move side to side through the legs. And then getting ready for the twist, continue draping the left leg over the right leg as you extend the arms to a T, looking off to the left hand. Feeling the heaviness of your bound legs, extending the twist in the back. And breathe. Nice and slow. Feel your body getting heavier in the twist. Gently guide the knees up. Begin to draw the left knee into the chest as you lengthen the right leg long on your mat, hugging the knee in and rocking the leg side to side. Staying soft through the upper back. And then you'll make the peace sign with your left hand, finding the big toe on the left foot to extend, and then bend your left leg, opening and closing, allowing greater extension for the back of your left thigh. 1 to 2 more times. And then you'll grab onto the legs wherever your grip is, nose to knee stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower down, leg is down. You'll bring the soles of the feet together, arms will extend overhead, one palm resting on the other, creating a figure 8 shape of the body. In this reclined butterfly posture of the legs and the arms, and breathe. Soften the face as always, letting the eyelids get heavy if that's comfortable to do. Gently breathe. On an inhale, bring the knees up, heel toe your feet out nice and wide to the width of your mat. Your knees fall in. And then swish the knees right and left, finding a gentle stretch through the outside of the hips and the quads. Again, go as deep as you like as you move your knees to the center and then to the side. Begin to heel toe the feet back to center. Both legs will extend either out to the side or you'll rotate onto the side of your body to press your way up to Sukhasana, easy seat. Let your hands connect to your knees. Inhale for a moment. Exhale, begin to round the back, tucking your chin into your chest. Inhale, open. And then exhale, begin to circle the spine, finding that slow motion Sufi grind in one direction. Hands staying connected to your knees. Feeling the rotation of your lower vertebra along the muscles through the lower back. And then switch direction. Inhale and exhale. Never lose your breath. Inhale up tall. Let your fingertips connect off to either side of your hip and lifting up your left arm, reach overhead, drawing the left hand to the back of your right knee. Your right arm will lift up, reaching off to the side, feeling a nice side stretch through the right rib cage, down through the hip. Go ahead and cross the back of your right hand behind your left knee, coming into knot as you fold your torso over your crossed arms. And breathe for 3, 2, 1. Gently roll up. Your right hand is already in place through the back of your left knee. Guide the left arm up, reaching it overhead, finding that long extension through the left side, actively pressing down through the left hip for a greater stretch. Then cross the back of your left hand behind your right knee and fold forward, stretching out the shoulders in the opposite direction. Breathing for 3, 2, come back up on 1. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lift yourself tall, looking up to the ceiling for a stretch through the shoulders once again. And then draw the chin down to the chest on your exhale, stretching out the back of your neck. Transitioning now onto hands and knees, forward facing tabletop. Find that long spine and then gently push your hips back, knees wide, moving into Balasana or Child's Pose. Let the weight of your hips and glutes sink as low as they can towards the heels. And if you're really tight through the thighs, make sure your knees are wide rather than together. swaying side to side gently. Stay connected to your breath, sinking deeper into this posture, completely surrendering to gravity. On your next inhale, bring yourself back up to all fours. You'll walk your hands forward, lower the heart down to the mat, but keep your hips high, finding puppy dog posture. Indicating a long spine as you reach the hands forward. The hips stay stacked over your knees. And let the spine gently sway the chest closer to the mat, opening up the heart. One more inhale. Then exhale, gently lift and press your way up, coming in to Sphinx pose. Elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Your feet are about the width of your hip or slightly wider. And then lower the head down, stretching out the back of the neck. Draw the elbows in towards the hips as you lift the face up, feeling a gentle stretch through the belly. Turn to the right, inhale to center. Turn to the left, inhale to center. Right again with the gaze, bending the right knee. Left, bending the left knee. Drop the chin down. And then gently push your hands in for a gentle stretch, going deeper into the belly. Sway the pelvis side to side. Press back up again, finding a gentle swan stretch. Sway the hips back and forth. And breathe. From there, you'll rest your forehead on the backs of your hands as you continue to sway the pelvis back and forth. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. On an exhale, bend the right knee. Your right hand will reach around to find the inside of the right foot or the outside and pull the heel to the glute. Turn off to the right side of with your face, gazing off to the right. Feeling the stretch through your quad, and breathe. Then transition the hand once again to the inside of the foot if it's not already there, and press the foot off towards the right side of your mat for 3 counts. 2, a little deeper, and then 1. Gently release and extend the right leg back out. Press your way up, finding child's pose or puppy dog. Breathe. From here, your right leg will extend out as you find tabletop, bringing it off to the left side of your mat, and turn your gaze to the right foot, feeling a good stretch through the right side of the hip. Stay connected to your breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose. And gently bring both knees side to side, resetting in tabletop. Moving on now to the left side. You'll first once again locate puppy dog pose, arms extended forward, hips stacked over knees, and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Sigh out through the mouth. As you lift yourself up, then lower your pelvis back down, coming once again into Sphinx. Knees about the width of your hips. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, resting your chin on the tops of your interlaced hands, and then close the palms together to open up the neck. You'll inhale to open the palms again, letting the chin weigh heavily, and then exhale, close the hands together. Maybe walking the elbows in to get a little bit more stretch through the neck. Just opening those palms and closing them. One more time. And then you'll lower the forearms once down again to Sphinx pose. Feet a little bit wider. Press the hands in to lift yourself up, feeling a deeper stretch through the rib cage. Chin lowers down. Lift the gaze up, press into the hands, lift the chest and ribs up, and then lower back down. This time, go ahead and connect the hands one on top of the other, resting your forehead down, swaying the hips. Bending at the left knee, your left hand will reach around either for the inside or outside of the foot as you pull the heel down towards the glute, finding that quad stretch. Resting your right cheek on the back of your hand. Breathe the belly into your mat. Walking the hand to the inside of the left foot, gently press the left foot down towards the left side of your mat, finding a deeper stretch through the outside of your left hip. As you extend the left leg back long, press your way up, finding either child's pose or puppy dog pose, and connect once again to your breath. Clear your mind of any distractions, and then roll yourself or walk yourself back up to tabletop. This time the left leg you'll pick up and cross over to the right side of your mat with your eyes looking back towards your left foot. Stay nice and long as you breathe into the stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deeply inhale and exhale, unwind. Reset in tabletop and then bring yourself up to a sitting kneeled position. Stretching out the forearms, rotate your fingertips towards your knees, and then sink the weight of your torso forward. You can rotate the eyes of the elbows forward. Make sure they're not rotated towards each other. And then bend those elbows closer into the ribs for a deeper stretch and breathe. We'll switch, coming onto the backs of the hands, still fingertips pointing inward towards the knees. And then again, check in with the elbows, rotating the eyes of the elbows forward rather than facing one another. And then bend your elbows again. Guide your way back up. Rotate through the wrists, the fingers. And then you'll find tabletop just for a moment. We're going to circle the right knee and then bring that right knee to the back of the right wrist. Your foreleg on the right side can shift closer up towards your left hip as you attempt to square the hips. If this is too tight for some of you, soft pigeon is an option, where you will actually roll down onto the right glute, bending that left knee. So if that's what works best for you, move into that position. Allow yourself to lift up tall and then walk yourself forward, melting down first onto the forearms. If you feel you can achieve greater depth, you'll continue lowering all the way down onto your chest. And you can allow your forehead to rest on your forearms and breathe. Again, a posture that is worth surrendering into. If you need to adjust or move out of this pose at any time, please feel free. Connect to your breath. Sink deeper. Trying to release more through the right hip. Notice if you're tensing up anywhere. Let that tension just shift out of your body. And then build yourself up. Your left arm will extend out to the left. You'll thread it underneath the right arm. The right arm reaches up and wraps around your lower back. Again, if you are still in soft pigeon, continue to deepen in that pose. If you have a pigeon practice and you'd like to go deeper, another option is to bend that left leg in so the right hand can grab it. Unwind when you're ready, bringing yourself back up. Everyone will roll onto the right hip as you bring yourself up and find a gentle twist to the right side, bending that back left leg. Extend the right leg just to wiggle it out, kind of move it and shift it around from that deep stretch. Resetting into tabletop, preparing for the left side. Again, your left leg will lengthen out long behind you, and then drop that left knee into the back of your left wrist, shifting the left foot closer towards the right hip. Lift yourself up high through the chest, taking soft pigeon if that's the option for you, bending that back right leg. And then once you're in position, begin to melt yourself down to the ground, first coming onto the forearms, or just spilling right into the floor, resting your forehead on the back of your hands. And reconnect to your deep breath. Let those concerns, those worries that you may have at this moment, leave your mind, leave your body with your exhales into the mat, into the ground, and away from you and your practice at this time. Breathe slowly and calmly. Soften the jaw, sink deeper through the hips, relax your left glute. On an exhale, you'll gently press your way up as you extend the right arm out to the right, then thread it underneath to the left side. Your left arm will reach up high to the sky, and you'll drape that left arm behind your lower back. And stay here in this position as long as it's comfortable for you. For those that do have that pigeon practice and would like to go a little deeper, you can bend the right leg, bringing the right foot towards the left hand. Letting the left hand grab the foot and pull the heel into the glute for a deeper quad stretch. Gently release, building yourself once again back up through the arms. Everyone finds a soft pigeon or pretzel as you twist towards the left side. And then gently unwind, extending both legs forward, finding Tadasana and stillness in that pose. Your arms will come behind you, acting as kickstands, making fists for wrists. If your arms are shorter, you'll walk them forward. If they're longer, you'll walk them back, finding that extension that works for you. Your feet are hip width distance, flexing at the ankles. Just find the height of your spine and breathe. Slowly, steadily. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, melt forward towards your toes. A seated forward fold. Allow the face to soften. Make adjustments as needed. Remember, you should never have to be static in a pose. If your hamstrings are really tight, you can take a bend in the knees or place a pillow or bolster, if you happen to have one, behind the knees. And relax. Stay connected to your breath. Inhale up for a long stretch of the spine, then exhale, pull yourself down deeper and deeper. Finding Sukhasana for a moment. We'll pick up the left ankle, cross it on top of the right knee. Left knee is over right ankle, finding fire log pose. Notice the positioning of your ankles. Your hands will then press down onto the left knee, and then with a long spine, dip forward. Using the arms as additional weight or completely melting all the way forward. For greater sensation, try flexing at the ankles, pulling the toes in towards one another. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. You'll inhale your arms out to a T. The right hand will sweep underneath the left elbow. If that's really tight, you'll just keep the forearms bound on top of one another. Otherwise, try to bring the palms together and then lower down, coming into eagle arm variation, fire log pose. Swaying side to side if that feels good. Find the adjustment that works for you and your shoulders. Inhale, roll yourself up, and then switching sides. Left ankle over right knee over left ankle. Hands gently press through the right knee. Find that long spine, and then begin to melt yourself forward, either stacking your forearms one on top of the other or completely lowering your torso further down the legs, and breathe. Bringing yourself up, arms extending out, finding your left hand and bringing it underneath the right elbow, eagle arms, or the option that works for you on this side. You'll inhale those bound arms up for a moment, and then once again hinge forward at the hip line, finding a greater stretch through the shoulders, resting your chin on your arms or between them. From there, you'll bring yourself up. You'll pull the left foot in up against the right inner thigh. Right leg lengthens out. Twist over the left leg, and then reach your left arm up and overhead as you walk your right hand down, finding the ankle, the foot, wherever your grip is, and then continue to sink lower if you have that in your stretch. Eyes looking underneath the left arm. And then rotate deeper through the waist and fold directly over your right extended leg. Breathe slowly and deeply. Walk your hands up. And then once again, twist over to the left side. Switching sides, left leg extends out, right foot folds into the inner left thigh. Gentle twist to the right, just to open up the chest as you reach the right arm up and overhead. Left hand finds the foot or the ankle, and then continue to sink deeper Maybe even connecting the right hand onto the left foot, gazing underneath the right arm, finding this side twisted stretch. And then go ahead and inhale up as you rotate through the waist, bringing the nose over the knee, maintaining the grip that works best for you on this leg. Breathe. Climb your hands up the left leg. Gently twist off to the right side, and then bring the feet together, finding bound angle pose. Hands grabbing onto the ankles, soles of the feet together, spine is long, and then melt forward, rounding the back, softening deeper. Elbows can help open up the inner thighs by pressing down into the legs. Gently bring yourself up. You'll once again extend the legs forward with a bend in the knees, hands behind the backs of the knees. Just take a moment here. Rounding your back. Inhale and then exhale. With a soft blanket, bolster, or ball, you'll place it behind your upper back as you lengthen your legs out long. Hands come behind your head, opening up the heart, finding a greater stretch here. Nice and deep. And then gently extend your arms overhead if that feels comfortable to do. Find your breath. Close the eyes or keep them open. Softly inhale, softly exhale, melting around that support behind you, if you have it. Now lower the arms back to your sides, gently pressing into the forearms to lift you up. Remove your prop, and then lay all the way down. Bend at the knees to draw them into the chest, rocking back and forth. Hands holding onto the knees. And then bringing yourself to stillness, you'll lower the bent legs back down to the mat, feet hip-width distance on the floor. Finding your bolster, if you choose, or your block, whatever you had, you can place it behind your back as we now prepare for our final pose, Shavasana. Right hand to heart, left hand to belly. Feel your breath expand through each palm, slowly and softly. Close the eyes. And you can keep your hands there or allow them to once again fall off to your sides. Committing to Shavasana and resting here through the rest of the practice. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this practice. Namaste.